Hi guys, today's a workshop video. So I've got a stack of parts that I've got to order.
I hope you're going to put my bike back together.
What do you mean?
My bike.
What about it?
Some bits. You ordering your bits, but I'm not ordering my bits.
I've already did that first. So I've been told I've got to actually build the wife's bike back up because I've been stealing parts for it. This is the bike that we've got to repair. Practically got all new components on it. I'm going to make these tyres tubeless for the missus. Now these aren't tubeless rims, tubeless ready rims, but I'm going to throw a couple of layers of Gorilla Tape on, put some valves in, and I've got some tubeless tyres, and I'm going to see if these pump up. Sometimes you can do it, sometimes you can't, but to be perfectly honest, she only rides the canal, so if I can help her with any kind of puncture protection, I'm going to do that. Okay guys, so this is the wife's bike. When I bought it, it's still got quite nasty components. It's got an Altus derailleur on there, but when I bought it, it was quite shit, quite heavy to be honest. And I did it up to a really good standard. But what's happened through the year, because it had new components on, when someone came in and needed a component, I basically stripped it down. But the wife didn't use the bike that much, so it didn't really bother me. But now she's moaning, so I've got to do it back up. Guess what I've got? I got another brand new set of IXF Fontour Chinese cranks. Now if you watch my couple of videos, or I think I've done about 3 videos on these cranks now, they were bulletproof and they're like a third of the price of XT cranks. We're going to fit some of these for her. We're also going to fit, look at that, an oil slick bottom bracket, which looks pretty swanky. She's going to have a cool bike, and I hope she's going to get off my back as soon as I've got this bike up and running again. Generally the bottom brackets are labelled, so there's a left side and there's a right side. So it's pretty straightforward to install. Now I know from experience with this bike and this bottom bracket we need one spacer drive side, non-drive side. So I'm going to grease this up and get it in. One spacer on. The threads are reverse. So the lefty loosey righty tighty, it's the opposite way. Just make sure you don't cross thread these, so even if you have to wind it out and wind it in a few times. That's it, we get our spanner. Bottom bracket done. I really like that oil slick bottom bracket. I think it sets the rest of the colour off. Mondraker Neva, or Mondraker, as some people call it, Mondraker, other people call it. Everything was standard, so we've still got a standard fork on here. We've got the standard brakes. The brakes aren't the best, to be honest. These Shimano M200s, they're rubbish. But it's only for canal towpath, so she's not doing downhill or anything like that, so that's okay. Got a gold chain on there. Going to stay with the Chinese theme. I'm going to go with this 32 tooth oval chainring, 104 BCD. Just fits straight on there like there, and they even provide the chainring bolts which are there. Last year when I fitted one of these as an experiment on my Sonda, in fact it was, and then for a time I had it on my NS Eccentric Chrome. I was just testing it out. It worked absolutely fine. But if you're building a bike and you're building a real quality bike, I probably wouldn't recommend one of these, especially if you're doing downhill or anything like that. I mean, I should imagine they are probably batch tested. They don't come with a certification that the likes of Shimano, SRAM, Raceface, or any of those big ones, FSA, any of one of those big products. And the machining is not the best. They're quite sharp. They're not finished off as good as the likes of Shimano. For the money, 44 quid with a bottom bracket and the bolts, I don't think you can grumble. Nope, I do not think you can grumble at all for this price. Right now we're putting the chainring onto the crankset using grease, not Loctite. I like to be able to undo things and take things off when I need to. There we go then, the IXF or the Fontour, I think they're all made by the same people, cheap Chinese cranks. Really smooth, and they've ripped off the Shimano Holotech design. It comes with this little captive plastic plug, and it comes with its own little spanner. It's a 10mm fitting, you don't need any pressure on there, it's just a preload if you like. And the bolts, there's no torque setting on these, but I've done them the same as the Shimano Holotech. I've torqued them to 12 Newton meters, and look how nice that is. That's better than some expensive. Oh, the bearings are so nice. Again, it is basically just for canals and light forest trails. She's not going off any bumps, lumps or anything like that. Pedals. She's never had her own set of pedals. I've always stolen them off other bikes and things like that, and I felt sorry for her. So she doesn't need anything amazing, she just needs stuff fitted. Like the last set of pedals, for example, were a set of clipless pedals, you know, the ones with the straps on, the dangerous ones, and she had to use the reverse side of that because I couldn't be asked to buy her any pedals. £5. Okay, the bearings are nasty, there's no removable pins, but she's canal towpathing again with a set of trainers. These will do fantastic, and they don't look too bad. Chinese bits on this bike, I tell you. I mean, if you fit them correctly, they're okay. Make sure you put plenty of grease on the threads to your pedals. When it comes to taking them out, they don't want to come out. Threads go to the front. Okay, when you take a pedal off, they go to the back of the bike. When you're putting them on, they go to the front. Just put them in hand tight for now. And I'm not going to blast these up. I'm not going to put them on so tight. I've had pedals, well, not so long ago actually, but I literally had to drill out the pedal in order to get the pedal off. So I could change his pedals because they've never been taken out in about 4 years. There's no grease on them, obviously they're fused. Again, make sure your through axles are greased. Lovely. Didn't take long. Should have probably done it before. Done now. Awesome. Oh, smudgy on the screen. So I've painstakingly taken time out of my day to repair the wife's bike. Awesome. I've just gone to say, come on, have a look at your bike now. She's not interested in the slightest. So why moan about it in the first place? Woman's prerogative, I think. But I'm thinking about going for a ride. Oh shit. If you like this video, like and subscribe. We'll see you next week.